Good morning to you, man. All the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, this is the happy weekend, Easter weekend, everybody, and I hope y'all enjoying the time you got spending with your family and your friends, whatever else. And where I'm at, it's a nice, pretty sunny day. And it's, now seeming like the pollen has dropped a little bit since it's rained a few days. But anyway, I am doing one of my comparisons of the month, and this is Buff Blondes Volume Number 2, and this is going to be a series I'll be doing for the rest of the month, where I showcase several goddesses of the golden hair variety in the sport of bodybuilding. So I picked these two ladies. These two ladies are, I would say, amazing by standards of physiques, both from different parts of the world. You have one here. It's one Miss Betty Pariso. At one point, she was considered one of the oldest competitive bodybuilders at the time. She's from the big state of Texas. And also, she's a businesswoman. She has her own show, the Europa Super Show, with her and her husband. I think it's Bill. Is it Bob or Bill? I forgot the guy's name. But they have their show, the Europa Super Show, which used to have to be about a bit. But I think they might be bringing it back. I don't know. And then on the other side here is one Miss Zoe Linsey from Canada. And she's also you want to know bodybuilder. Maybe a lot of people may not know her as much. She for a good while she lived out of Japan, and she competed in bodybuilding for a good bit, and then she switched to physique later on in her career. And both these ladies were just Amazons. I mean, I think Betty was around about 5'7", 5'8", and Zoe, she was 5'10". And that's pretty tall for some females. And I did a while back. Remember, I did a video where I talked about my battling buff babes of, of wrestling, and Betty was part of that because Betty was just huge. And one thing was about Betty was her opposing style. She always used to do the crab pose. I remember I was talking to certain bodybuilders said it because she wasn't doing so well in shows, so she did the crab pose just so she can, push up a little bit. Or she won the Jantana, I think in 2002, I think back to back, and that's because this pose, and I think guys love that because she was just so extreme. And like I said, Zoe, like I said before, she was huge when she was competing in bodybuilding, but she made the switch because of, you know, she was issues. I think it was issues with her body. She wanted to go down, but anyway, you know, we're going to start off with a simple starting pose, and that's it here is, as I said, this is the basic simple starting pose I like to do. And you really see kind of comparisons. In a way, they're both physiques is just about similar. Maybe some differences, but just about similar. As you know, Zoe has a lot more tattoos, and then I don't think Betty never had tattoos. That's noticeable. That's all. Now we have a front lat spread, and I have to give this one to Betty. Betty was just more, in those last few years before she retired, she was much more wider and thicker. And this is about the time I think Zoe was kind of waning down a little bit. Zoe was really big when she first got in the game, but I think in the last few years she was kind of waning down some, but she was still impressive for her physique and her size. Now here is a front double, and I think I give it the cut more um to definitely I did it to Zoe. Zoe has a little more cut. Even though Betty has some good sized biceps, you can see more of the cut in Zoe's bicep than you do to Betty's. Betty's more like, she has a size, but she doesn't, not as well definition. And here we have rear lat spread. And this one I give it to Betty because Betty is much wider in the back. You see that kind of tree formation she's having. How when you ever see a bodybuilder when they do that lat spread, it kind of have that like kind of a tree like kind of look to it. You can see it more in Betty's back than you can see it in Zoe's. Now here we have a rear double, and here I think I really would give this more to Zoe. Yeah, Zoe, you can really see more her muscle detail compared to Betty. You know, Betty looks pretty good. This is, I think, Betty at the 2013 Miss International. Back then there was the last time they had a field bodybuilder at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, and like I said, this was Zoe at one of the also I think she was also at a Miss International. Was that? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, yeah, if it was a Miss International, I forgot which year that was in, but these were both Miss International shows. And here we have here is a tricep. And I might give this one here to Betty. Betty was just awesomely buff. I mean, I remember seeing some clips and videos how she was just an amazing visit, especially for a woman who was at the time. I think Betty was like in her late 40s, early 50s by the time she retired. At one point she was considered one of the oldest women competing at the time. And she was just amazing body, great physique. Sometimes you wish they can stay in forever, but it's just not always gonna be. You're gonna get older, your body's changing. Here we have a side chest, and here is that this is where they get separated because I think Zoe's breast implants are much bigger compared to Betty's. I think depending on how she got hers done, but you can see more as Betty's chest definition compared to Zoe's. I think that's the thing that kind of hurts her a bit. That's why I think Zoe went to physique more to female bodybuilding. But other than besides the fact that there was, more issues with her, some things with how it affected her body. But here, the chest, I have to really give it to Betty, because I think the thing is, as I said before, I think because of the breast implants got in the way of really as Zoe's definition. And here we have ab shots. And the ab shot, I have to give one to Betty. I think, yeah, Betty has some great abs. Zoe's pretty good, but I think one thing that's distracting is the tattoo. And I often say like this, depending how the size of the tattoo, it can get in the way. You can't really see as much detail. But I think it's just it's not that big of a tattoo, but but Betty, I think you can see how much more, you can see more how her abs are more separated compared to Zoe's. And like I said, both these women were just amazing, great physiques. They did, I think, one point compete against each other. I forget. I believe Betty retired. I think around about the late 2010s. I think like that about. And Zoe, she made her switch about that time. But they both had amazing physiques. Here is a nice bicep shot, and I have to give this one to Zoe. I think I see a more of a peak with Zoe because I think with Zoe she was much younger compared to Betty. But Betty just had an amazing body for a woman her age at that time. Competing with girls in their good part of their 30s, some in their 20s. Here's a glute shot, and the glute shot I had to give it to Betty. Betty, Zoe's a little, I might, I mean, I should think about this. Zoe looks a little more tighter compared to Betty. But I think I'll give it to, what, I might change my mind. I think I'll give it to Zoe. Betty looks a little, Betty's a bit, like I said, Betty's a bit thicker at the back, but I think Zoe's a little more tighter if you really think about it. And they just were just, I think, very attractive women in their own self, right? And Betty is a mother and a grandmother and a wife, and, I know Zoe has a relationship. I don't know if she have any kids, I know a while back she did apply for American citizenship. So she is an American citizen. That was a few years ago. She applied for that, and they just had a look to them. Very attractive women, very great bodies, great physiques. I think they had a great stage presence, and they were not small women by any means. By any means, I mean, I think Betty was like about maybe 5'7", 5'8". Zoe was like 5'10", 5'11". And the thing is, women, the average height for women is maybe around about between, I would say 5'5" to 5'6", especially in bodybuilding. And short for women is like anything under 5 feet, you know. But these women were just great competitors. I know, well, maybe like I said before, I think they might have competed maybe some point against each other during their careers. I know I looked. I was, sometimes I looked through some of the their contest stuff, but I think they might have matched up and crossed paths. You never know. But like I said, Betty, she's now in her mid 60s. I think Zoe's in her mid 40s. They still stay in shape. Betty still, even though a woman her age, she still, I think Betty put some women who in their 30s and 40s to shame. She's still impressive. I mean, it's not like she can jump on stage again anymore. She's done her time. She did what to do. Zoe, I think she's still at I think she trains and works out. She's no more longer competitive. She's out of the competitive business, but I think she still is around. She might be do She trains other competitors, and if she wants to, like I said, she's still, in her 40s. There's a lot of women at their age who are still competing as pros, and she, all she gotta do is just take the time. If she wants to go back to bodybuilding, that's her choice. But more likely, she's probably gonna stick with physique, and you gotta respect her choice for that. But these are two great ladies, great representation of female bodybuilding, women muscles. Some if you're a fans of buff blondes. Um, I got a fella who recently, when I put up my first videos, he was kind of like, "You gonna put up more of these?" And I know, just like I said, I put my the Alicia Young versus Nisha Sasuke video out like a few days ago, and there's gonna be quite some more. I mean, there's many women in the sport who are blondes, and some are knowns, legends, classics. Some you might not know, but like I said, I'm working on this. This is gonna be the rest of the month in comparison, and I got some more in the hole I'm working on. And like I said, who do you like me? You can do this. Put who you want me to put for the next videos. I'll do that for you. Make a request. I don't have to do what I don't have to do what I'm planning. I'll do what you want me to do because I do this for y'all guys. I know you guys are fans of these ladies. Y'all love them. Many of you have fantasies about them. Some of you, sometimes I think your mom might have to put some extra Clorox in your sheets because of some of these women. But anyway, this is a great comparison. These are great, amazing ladies. I would like to reach out to some of them one day. Maybe if Miss Pariso, maybe do an interview with her, and maybe even Zoe Linsey. It'd be great just to talk to these ladies, see what they think of the sport and how things are going, and if it was ever an opportunity, if they ever think of myself coming back. But anyway, this your man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.